Good morning, Lady Bruins hockey fans. We are here live from the rodeo rink here in Eagle, Colorado for the second game of the weekend. Your Lady Bruins facing off against Steamboat here today. Steamboat will be in the white jerseys with the red trim. Your Bruins will be in their black jerseys with the blue and white trim. Bruins coughing off a 5-0 win last evening against Durango. We'll get ready to get things started here in a moment. Apologies, I know there were some audio issues the second half of the game, or the second half of the third period last night. For some reason, if we did run into the cold, the battery not liking the cold, I will make sure to switch over to voice mode so you guys still get it if I have to disconnect the headset, but we'll run the headset as long as we possibly can so that you guys get decent audio. So quick recap of the game last night. Losowitz with a hat trick last night. Good to see her get back on track. But the talking with Coach Emma after the game last night, very pleased with how they played as a team, the puck movement, player movement in the zone, connecting on passes in the zone. Name of the game is puck possession, moving the puck, and a lot of the goals they scored were, of the variety where the Bruins were moving the puck, catching Durango on their heels, and I think that'll be the key for today. So the Steamboat, looking at the Steamboat team and seeing them play against Castleview last night, they beat Castleview 4-2. They really used their size well. They are a pretty good size. They have some pretty good sized girls on that team, some tall girls that play pretty physical, which is, for those that are familiar with Steamboat hockey, that's, that is a brand of hockey that they play. Hard on the puck, physical, and I think it's translated to their girls program also. So I think the key to the game here today for the Bruins is puck movement and use our speed. I think we have more team speed, top to bottom, than the Wranglers of Steamboat. But at the end of the day, we got to execute. But I think that is going to be the key, is getting some odd man rushes, using our speed to get to loose pucks ahead of Steamboat, so we're not getting into a grinded out type game with them. I think if it turns into kind of a grinded out, slug it out type game, the Steamboat team is going to be tough to beat. Other key is, I think, get off to a fast start. Bruins need to get off to a fast start because this rink, watching the ice and snow build up on this rink, it's a great sheet of ice for a temporary sheet that they stuck up in like 6 months. But one thing I did notice last night is that third period it got really snowy, and with it getting really snowy, it's hard to make that cross ice pass. The snow build up in front of the benches from all the line changes basically makes bringing the puck up the boards in front of the benches almost impossible. So you really kind of shifts the ice, and I think late in the game, I think that'll negate some of our puck movement and speed. So I'd like to see the Bruins come out hard here in the first period, build a lead, and then do like they did last night, come out strong, build a lead, and then hang on for the victory. So, all right, we are almost ready here for puck drop from the rodeo rink. Get you your starting lineups once everyone steps out here. Again, we'll have Bozier and net for this game. other thing to note here, the Steamboat goaltender is a bigger goaltender. She's pretty tall, takes up a good amount of the net, so I think we're going to have to get her moving left to right here, but we're ready to get things underway. We'll start off with Tony Berger and Fryer, McDonald and Brewer. Pucks played into the Steamboat zone. Berger in on the forecheck. Berger, stick lift there, almost comes up with a steal. Steamboat's able to break it out to center. Picked off there, McDonald. McDonald plays it off the boards to herself. Near side, plays down into the near corner. Steamboat will work it up to the far boards. Back to the point, Brewer able to hold. Bruins doing a good job on the forecheck, keeping the Steamboat girls penned up in their own zone, making a breakout hard. And now up the half wall, played up and out, using the middle of the ice there. Picked off by McDonald. McDonald going to try and spin it back the other way. Berger backhands it in deep. So Steamboat able to relieve the pressure but not get it across the red line. Back to Brewer at the point. Fans on it. And it's intercepted there by Steamboat. Shot, blocker to side easily there by Bozier. Brewer plays it up the boards. Arnold picks it up there, chips it in. Arnold in with a head of steam. She's got Fryer out front. Arnold tries to center it out front. Broken up. Now works it back up to the point. Goes over by the stick of Zhang. And Jennings will go back to pick that up. Jennings throws on the brakes. Turns it over in front of the net. Shot, blocker to side by Bozier. Bruins get away with one there. And picked up there, Gosner. Gosner leaves behind for Jennings, near side. Jennings takes a player off the puck. And thrown towards the net, picked up there by Fryer. Fryer plays it ahead, but I think that's going to be too hard and too far, and that'll go for an icing. So we'll get our first whistle here at 13:01 of the first period. Face-off will come back into the Lady Bruin zone. Face-off will be to the left of Bozier. Looks like we'll bring out Jones, Wessel, Osborne, DeFelice, and Novodorsky. Osborne to take the draw. Puck's loose in the skates. Broken up by the stick of Jones and a save by Bozier. So we're going to face off to the right of Bozier this time. Osborne to take the draw. Jones digs it out, plays it around behind for Wessel. Picked off there by Wessel. Up ahead to DeFelice. DeFelice goes cross ice to Novodorsky. Novodorsky hounds a player. Osborne comes in to support. Held at the line. Drop pass to nobody. Picked off there. Osborne. DeFelice plays it to the line. Held in there. Ooh, hard shot, just misses wide of the net. Novodorsky tries to play it out. Picked off there. And it's picked up there by Wessel. Wessel works it around near boards. DeFelice ties up with a player there. This is the Steamboat line that is doing most of their work. Wessel up ahead to Novodorsky. Novodorsky plays it out to center. That's going to allow the Bruins to get a change. McCormick takes a spill, but she gets right back up. Puck's work back to the blue line. Now it's out. Broken up by the skate of McDonald, and Gray plays it ahead. Just out of the reach of Losowitz. Turnover there now for Steamboat. Losowitz walks in. Losowitz tries to go across to Gray. That's broken up by the defense of Steamboat. I like that look. I don't think Losowitz saw that back checker taking away that pass because Gray looked wide open from here. And Steamboat picks it up again. Held in there. McDonald centers out front. Pass the stick of McCormick. Pitchfork back into the zone. Gray, backhand attempt, shot on net, saved by Steamboat, goaltender. Held in there at the line. I believe that's McDonald. McDonald works it cross ice. Shot by McCormick, and Gray out front looking for a rebound, but there was none to be found. Some nice puck movement there by the Bruins. Bring out Zaworski, Tony, and Berger now. McDonald and Brewer. Tony to take the draw. Zaworski takes a player off the puck. Steamboat's able to get control. Berger steps up there. Out to the blue line. Puck doesn't come out. And Steamboat will look to work it up the far boards. Brewer steps up there to keep that in. Zaworski bodies up there. Into the slot. Tony, shot just wide. Turnover by Steamboat in the slot. Ends up on the stick of Tony. Turned and fired it towards the net. Just missed wide. It's going to come back into the Bruins zone. Icing's waved off though. Brewer picks it up there. Brewer up ahead. Stolen there by Steamboat. Turnover now. They walk it out front. That's broken up by the stick of McDonald. Steamboat maintains possession now. They work it down low. Brewer picks it up there. Brewer tries to work it back. That's broken up. Now off the stick of Tony. Walked out front and picked off there. Zaworski now has Berger with her. And Berger just unable to corral that at the line. So we're going to face off outside the Steamboat zone here. Zhang, Fryer, and Arnold. Jennings and Goster. Face off one there by Steamboat. They'll look to play it out. Try and step up. This should go all the way down for an icing. And it does. So we're in the face-off back in the Steamboat zone here. 9:15 here to go in the first period. Shots on goal 5-4 in favor of Steamboat to start. Zhang to take the draw, back to the point. Goster has her shot blocked down, and Steamboat's coming back the other way with a head of steam. Shot saved by Bozier. And it looks like Goster is going to go for a slash. So Steamboat to the power play here, 9:05 to go first period. That's that dangerous play at a blue line. The D player goes to shoot that puck. If it catches the shin of the defender, goes back the other way quick. Puck worked out to the point. Now down low into the slot. Shot saved by Bozier. Saved by Bozier. Now it's cleared out of harm's way. Gray plays it up ahead. Not out. Bruins need to collapse a little bit better here. Puck's worked around behind. Walked out into the slot again. Now played across. Shot. Tipped. Wide. Dug out there by Steamboat. Wraparound attempt here. Looking for that cutter in the slot. Work to the top of the slot. Shot blocker to side by Bozier. Puck's loose. Out front. And Bozier holds. So Steamboat applying a good amount of pressure that first shift on the power play. Novodorsky and Zaworski out there now. Shot. Ooh, that just goes through the crease. Steamboat works it back to the point. Now down low, far side. Puck off the side of the net. Held in there. Player spins with it off the wall. Brewer ties the player up, digs it out now, and works it up the boards. Held in there, though. Nice hold by Steamboat. Shot towards the net. That's gloved and held by Bozier. 48 seconds here to go in The penalty to Gossner, 7:52 in the period. We'll get a face-off in the zone to the right of Bozier. Wessel Jones out now. Zaworski and Novodarski. And they're kicking him out of the dot as Steamboat had 6 players out there. Zaworski takes a draw, rolls in on Bozier and covered. So we'll rinse, repeat, do it again. 43 seconds to go in the penalty to Gossner. Zaworski to take the draw, one there by Steamboat. Played down low. Wessel picks it up there. Wessel up ahead. Off the stick of Novodarski. Shot towards the net. Gloved and held by Bozier. 31 seconds now to go in the Gossner slash. 7:35 in the period. Face off this time to the left of Bozier. Zaworski to take the draw. Tied up there. Wessel plays it up and out. Novodarski in hard on the forecheck. Novodarski making it difficult for them behind the net. And finally now taken away there. Zaworski back to Jones. Zaworski chips it in there. And Steamboat able to take that away. Gossner goes to the bench. We'll get the extra player on now. Or this. Oh, Wessel shot off the mask of Bozier. So Bozier with the header on that one up into the netting. Steamboat team a lot quicker than they looked against Castleview last night. Maybe that was later in the game when legs were a little tired, but they looked to have some pretty good team speed. Jennings now behind. Gossner loses an edge. Puck comes out front, picked up there by Fryer. Fryer plays it all the way down. That'll be an icing. We'll bring the face-off back to the Bruins zone here. 6:33 to go, first period. Defensive zone draw here, going to be taken by Zeng, Fryer and Arnold. Zeng to take the draw, wins it back. In the skates of Arnold. Arnold kicks it ahead to the line, not out. Held in there by Steamboat. Centered out front. Puck's loose in the slot. Nice defensive play there by Zeng to break that up. Otherwise, there was a player all alone in the slot. Puck comes out far side. Arnold taking off the puck there. Centered out front. Jennings picks that off. Jennings will play it soft off the glass. Icing's waved off. This is going to allow Arnold to get there on the forecheck. Back to the point. Shot towards the net by Brewer. And played back down low. And I believe Fryer is going to go here for a trip. So Bruins are going to have to be careful here. Steamboat already with 15 shots on goal and another power play. They have to be careful to stay out of the box against this Steamboat team. Gray to take the draw. McDonald tries to get a stick on it. Now it's picked off by McDonald, and McDonald will clear. Gray, McCormick out there. McDonald and Brewer. Steamboat goes D to D. Now looks for a near side entry. McDonald steps up to break that up. And McCormick picks it off and is able to clear. Play it all the way back down into the Steamboat zone. They'll try and start their power play breakout. Intercepted there for a moment by Gray, then taken off her stick. Played back into the Bruins zone. Brewer plays it back up the middle of the ice. Picked off there by Steamboat. McCormick forces a player off the puck. McDonald picks it off, works it back to the point. Steamboat able to pick that off though. Blocker to side by Bozier. Gray plays it to the line, and that sneaks out. Hops over the stick of the Steamboat player. 45 to go in the penalty to Fryer. Nifty little zone entry there. Brewer forces a player out of the crease. And that's going to be cleared all the way down by McDonald. 24 seconds here to go in the Steamboat power play. They look to get zone entry. Now cross ice. That should have been offsides. And Zaworski plays it ahead. Steamboat player goes to pick it up, and Zaworski plays it back into the Steamboat zone. That should just about do it. Fryer will be out of the box here in 3 seconds. Dumped in by Steamboat. Jones will go pick it up there, far side. Jones works it back near side now. Wessel picks it up there. Wessel tries to work it to Berger along the boards. Berger able to dig it out. Berger goes cross ice to Novodorski. Novodorski picked off there in the skates. Berger kicks it into the zone now. Somebody lost a glove. Stolen there by Wessel. Wessel walks in. Wessel breakaway shot and a save by the goaltender. Wessel real quick to jump up into the play there and steal that one. Zaworski tries to get a shot off. Spinning attempt there by Gray. That goes wide. Best chance of the night morning here for your Bruins. And it's going to be played all the way down. And that'll go for an icing. Wessel kind of popped up out of nowhere there. Ended up with a break, put a good shot on net. Better save by the goaltender. Shots on goal 17-5 in favor of Steamboat right now. Back to the point. Held in for a moment. Now Steamboat will play it back into the Bruin zone. Jennings will go back to pick it up there. Jennings lets it roll off her stick for a moment. Stolen there by Steamboat. Centered out front. Jennings tries to play it ahead to Gray. Doesn't get everything on it. And that'll be played across now to McCormick. McCormick bumped off the puck. Shot towards the net. Puck's loose. Rebound. Saved by the goaltender. Gray, Losowitz, McCormick. Jennings and Gostner out there. Losowitz to take the draw. Back to Gostner. Gray picks it up there. Out front. Shot McCormick in the slot. Missed it just wide. Turnover by Steamboat. Jennings steps up on a player there. And I hope Jennings isn't going to go for this. I think it's going to be Steamboat, and it is. So the Steamboat player went to step up there on Jennings. Either a body check or a rough, either way. Minute 49 here to go in the period. 2-minute power play coming up for your Bruins. Zeng to take the draw. Worked out by Steamboat. And played back to Jennings. Jennings, Gostner out there now. Up ahead to McCormick. McCormick, Zeng, and Brewer on this line for the power play. Played back into the zone. Jennings will go back there to pick it up. Jennings tied up with a player, works it up the near boards to Brewer. On the stick of McCormick. And Zeng picks it up there, stolen. And Jennings will play that all the way down. That's going to go for an icing. Bruins just not connecting on the passes today. It's a good-sized Steamboat team, and they do play physical. So every time we take a little bit too much time with the puck, we're getting bumped off it. Got to move it just a little bit quicker. Gray to take the draw, back to McDonald. McDonald, near side to Berger. Berger goes cross ice, hits Gray. Gray walks in, Gray shot, whistles it wide. Oh, beautiful chance there for Gray. We just could not seem to hit the net. That's dumped into the zone. We're going to have to touch up. Now we do. Steamboat going to try and carry it through rather than ice it. I'm not sure about that play. McDonald walks it in. McDonald now, shot. Puck's loose in front, and that's going to be played all the way down. Lowitz will go back there to retrieve. One more rush here before first period's up, I believe. Lowitz to Berger. Berger plays it in deep. Gray ties up with a player there. Berger comes into support. Loose in the slot. Shot on net by Zaworski and a save by the goaltender. So Bruins get a couple grade A scoring opportunities. Not able to bury them, though. Shots on goal at the end of one, 17-7 in favor of Steamboat. We'll get 12 seconds of carryover time here. Going into the second period. All right, ready to get the second period underway here. Zeng to take the draw. Steamboat wins it back to their D, and they're going to clear it all the way down. That's going to do it for the Steamboat penalty. Brewer picks it up there, up the near boards. Held in there by Steamboat. Arnold gets run over, and McDonald able to alleviate the pressure there. McDonald in, hard on the forecheck, going to get her own dump, tries to center out front. McDonald picks that off. McDonald spins with it, tries to play it out front, and picked off there by Steamboat. They'll look to try and come back the other way. And that's chipped into the Bruin zone, picked up there by Brewer. Stolen there by Steamboat. Puck's loose in the slot. Fryer digs it out. And it's played back to McDonald. McDonald up ahead off the stick of Zeng. And Steamboat works it across. Shot wide of the net. Nice head pass up there to Zhang. Zhang bodied off the puck there for a minute. Turned over in the slot. Jennings will pick that up. Jennings works it back to Gostner. Gostner hits DeFelice coming out of the bench. And work back to Jennings. Jennings, Novodorski. Cross to DeFelice. DeFelice tries to get it in deep. That's picked off by Steamboat, and that's going to be cleared all the way down for an icing. So we're going to face off back in the Steamboat zone here. 13-12 to go second period. Losowitz to take the draw. Shot by Gray. Steered aside by the goaltender. Puck's worked near side. McCormick tries to leave it there for Gray. Dug out. Gostner. McCormick along the boards. Puck pops loose into the slot. Losowitz steps up. Just too many bodies to make our way to the net, though. And it's played out to center. Oh, Steamboat with an opportunity there. Puck rolled off that player's stick at the last moment. Back to the point. Shot wide of the net. Picked off there by Gray. Gray tries to play it ahead for Losowitz. That puck's going to be on end, though, and we'll get a face-off back in the Bruins zone here. Just under 12 and a half here to go in the second. Tony to take the draw. Played up the near boards to Zaworski. Zaworski looks for Berger. Berger gets it. Stolen there, though, on the back check. Wessel picks it off there. Wessel works it to Jones. Tries to go back across, picked off there by Steamboat. In the skates of Jones, and Jones plays it ahead to Zaworski. Zaworski's got Tony with her. Zaworski goes across to Tony. Tony shot, saved by the goaltender. She just needed to chip that back to Zaworski, and that's a tap in. Puck played down into the Bruins zone. Centered out front, picked off there. Wessel. Wessel up ahead through the skates of Zaworski. Icing's waved off. Shot steered aside by Bozier. 11:26 here to go. One more pass. Played out to center. Zane chasing after the loose puck there. Pushes a player into the zone. Picked up there Fryer. Zane can't get her stick out. Tangled up in a mass of humanity. McDonald steps up, though. McDonald tries to go up front to Arnold. McDonald now. McDonald shot. Has that puck just heel off her stick. Arnold tries to set her out front. Nobody home. And Steamboat will come back the other way. Played into the Bruins zone. Brewer plays it up ahead to Fryer. Fryer, she's taken off the puck. It's a 2-on-1 now. Zhang up ahead to Arnold. Arnold takes it wide. Throws it the side of the net and save there. All right, we're going to face off in the zone here. Osborne to take the draw. DeFelice over skates for a moment. Picked up now by Steamboat. They'll look to break it out. McDonald pinches that one off, steps up. Osborne, now it's dug out. Played back into the zone. Brewer will give chase there. Battle along the near boards. Puck comes out to center. Steamboat will look to try and play it back in. Picked off there by Brewer. Up ahead to Osborne. Stolen there by Steamboat. Nice stick there by DeFelice to keep the puck in the zone. Steamboat brings it out in front of their own net. Dangerous play, but worked out for him there. And back into the Bruins zone. McDonald will pick it up there. McDonald sidesteps one. Sidesteps two. McDonald brings it into the zone. McDonald tries to go across. Puck's loose in front. No, Bednarski bangs away at it. And I think that puck stayed out. Smart play by the goaltender there. You never get off the puck. You just scoot your butt out on the ice. So even if it is in the net, you slide out with it. So that's actually, I think it still stayed out, but that's a really smart play. Do that little butt scooch out from the crease along the ice, so that way if the puck even is in the net underneath you, no one is the wiser. Losowitz to take the draw. Back to the point. Jennings, shot block down. Jennings, down low to Gray. Gray, shot from a sharp angle. Tries to work it out front. Has it taken off her stick there. McCormick tries to get the steal. Losowitz comes in to support. Losowitz digs it out now, tries to throw it out front to Gray. That's picked off by Steamboat. And they're going to go ahead and ice it here. So after allowing 17 shots in the first period, Bruins have only allowed one shot on goal here in the second. So shots on goal 18-11. Losowitz to take the draw. Steamboat jumps it. Gosner ties up with a player. And played back to Jennings. Jennings plays it out to center. Steamboat will pick it up there. They work it back up ice. Jennings over skates. 2-on-1 here for Steamboat. That's broken up by the stick of Gosner. Wrap around attempt. Puck's loose out front. Saved by Bozier, and now it's pulled out by Losowitz. McCormick shot! Just misses far side. Just had a little bit of room there. Berger steps up. And that's played up into the rafters, so that'll go out of play. Or out of bounds, as I heard someone call a game the other day. I think we'll stick with out of play here for these broadcasts. Tony to take the draw. Steamboat wins it. They work it up here, near side. Zaworski tries to work it back to Jones. Jones plays it down low to Berger. Berger looking for Wessel, cutting. Back to the point. Jones shot. Oh! Good shot on net there. Goaltender able to cover it, though. Tony to take the draw again. Battle there. And Steamboat's able to play it out. Wessel covers there. Jones was starting to help hold it in. Picked off there by Zaworski. Zaworski plays it up ahead now. Puck comes back, picked off there by Wessel. Wessel enters the zone 1-on-0. Wessel walks in. Wessel has it just taken off her stick at the last second. Tony battles there. Tony works it back to the point. Berger shot. Rebound. Puck's loose. Wessel scores! Bruins take a 1-0 lead on the goal by Wessel. The assist by Berger and Tony. Shot from the point by Berger. Goaltender wasn't able to control it quite clean, and Wessel was there to pull it off the pad and tuck it around. 1-0 Bruin lead here, 6:56 to go. Shots on goal 18-15 now. So Bruins out shooting Steamboat 8-1 in the second frame. Zeng to take the draw. Steamboat going to look for a quick answer here. They walk it out front. Shot. Puck's loose. Bounces up over the net. And played ahead. Past the stick of Arnold. On the pass from McDonald. And played back into the Bruins zone. Puck takes a weird bounce off the boards. Brewer comes in there to pick it up. Brewer works it up ahead to Arnold. And out to center. Zeng. Got Arnold with her. Zeng tries to push it ahead to Arnold. Broken up by the back check of Steamboat, and they'll look to break it out the other way. McDonald steals it there. McDonald breakaway. McDonald tries to bake it off the goaltender, but it hits the side of the net. Bruins need to hustle back now. McDonald jumping back into the play. Nice back check there. Stolen there by Steamboat. They try and center it. Picked off by Osborne. Saved by Bozier. Steered to the corner. And Arnold. Foot raced down the wall. Picked off there by Booze of Steamboat. Girl's got some wheels. Back up the near boards to Novodorski. Novodorski tries to skate with it, gets stolen away there. That's that Snow in front of the bench. McDonald tries to go up ahead to Osborne, broken up by the stick of Steamboat. Centered out front. Novodorski plays it to the line and out. Steamboat's going to have to touch up. Novodorski tries to pick that up. Stolen there by Steamboat again. Bruins just getting a little sloppy at our own blue line here. Shot on net. Saved by Bozier. Cleared out of harm's way. Shot. And that's going to be gloved and held by Bozier. Apparently the clock started a little late. We'll add some time back. I did not have us at 4:50. I had us at like 4:30. So face off in the zone. Jennings, Gostner out there. I believe that is Losowitz. The Losowitz, Gray, McCormick line. Out front to Jennings, up ahead to Gray. Gray has to settle it down in her skates. Nice tape-to-tape pass to McCormick. Losowitz comes in, uses McCormick as a pick. Gostner throws it towards the net. Jennings throws it into the slot. Intercepted there by Steamboat. McCormick ties up with a player there. McCormick knocks her girl off the puck. Losowitz picks it up. Now Losowitz tries to work it back. I think she was expecting Jennings to float to the middle where the open ice was. And Gostner plays it up ahead. Losowitz has her stick slash out of her hand. Shot on net and a save by Bozier. So Zaworski coming back out with Berger and Tony. Jones and Wessel out there. Tony to take the draw. Up ahead, Zaworski slides it through a player. Zaworski battles for it. Looks for the stick lift there. And Steamboat comes back the other way. Puck slides backside. Zaworski ties up there. Centered out front, picked off by Wessel. Wessel tries to play it up and out. Wessel tries to center it now. In the skates of Berger. And Wessel plays it in deep. Tony will go in on the forecheck. Berger dug out there by Steamboat. They'll come back the other way. And that'll go for an icing. We'll get a face-off back in the Steamboat zone here. 3:13 to go in the second period. Shots on goal 22-15 in favor of Steamboat. So Bozier with a busier morning than last evening. Zhang, Arnold, Fryer, Jones, and Wessel. Zhang to take the draw. Dug out there by Steamboat. Played into the Bruins zone. Centered out front, broken up by DeFelice. Shot and a save by Bozier. Bozier able to see that one clean, takes it in the chest, no rebound. Zhang to take the draw back to the point in the skates of a couple players. Thrown towards the front of the net. Steered aside. Jones plays it up the near boards. Fryer unable to clear. Centered out front. Puck's loose. Shot. And a save by Bozier. This is that push after the goal by the Bruins. You're seeing a little push here out of Steamboat. Looking to get that equalizer. Draw in the zone. Picked up there, McDonald. McDonald tries to go cross ice. And we'll get an icing. .229 here to go, second period. Osborne, DeFelice, Novodarski, McDonald, and Brewer out there now. Osborne to take the draw. Played ahead. Novodarski tries to clear it. Unable to. Now she is. Osborne tries to dig it out. Novodarski up ahead. Novodarski gets zone entry. Centers it across to DeFelice. DeFelice tries to throw it towards the net. Broken up by the stick of Steamboat. They'll play it up, but not out. Stolen there, McDonald. McDonald out front to DeFelice. Puck's loose. I think DeFelice might have thought the goaltender had that covered. I saw her look up to the sky. Something to keep an eye on here is there are some chances for some rebounds. Bruins need to crash the net hard. Stolen there by Steamboat. And Bruins need to keep two hands on the stick and getting the puck out of the zone. Fryer, that was Novodarski. Overskated. Brewer picks it up there. Brewer looks to go out front. DeFelice just not able to get there in time. Played back into the zone and taken away there by Steamboat. Back to McDonald. DeFelice tries to play it in. McDonald now works it across to Losowitz. Losowitz across to McDonald. McDonald walks it out front. McDonald shot. Oh, goaltender just able to close up that 5-hole. Nice save by the Steamboat goaltender. It looked like there was room there for a moment, but it got closed up real quick. Losowitz to take the draw back to Goster. Goster works it down low to McCormick. Out front to Gray, who was left all alone. Just healed it a little. Otherwise, that was a goal. Nice look there from McCormick to Gray. Stolen there. McCormick now. McCormick down low to Gray. Gray. McCormick tries to work it back to the point. Doesn't get everything on it though, and Steamboat's coming back the other way. Jennings breaks that up. McCormick digs it out now. And McDonald picks it up on the stick of Losowitz. Losowitz up ahead to McCormick. And stolen there by Losowitz. Losowitz plays it in deep. And that'll do it for 2 periods of play. We'll be back here in a moment for the third. Alright, we're losing battery again at a rapid pace, so we'll try and give us a charger, keep us going here in the third period, so hopefully the audio is better. We switched over to voice mode, so hopefully that helps. I don't know how else to keep this battery warm, guys. This is ridiculous. Let's see if we can keep it at bay here, though, for the third period. Make sure we can bring you the remainder of the game. We'll do our best. Third period underway here. Picked up there, Wessel. Played ahead. Steamboat with the steal. They play it in deep. Centered out front. Stick aside by Bozier. Puck's bouncing around. And now up ahead. 3-on-1 here. Berger's got Zaworski with her. Berger walks into the middle. Berger shot shoulder to side by the goaltender. Hard shot there by Berger. Saved back to the point. Wessel shot towards the net. Puck's loose. Dug out there. Berger tries to bang away at it. And now we get a little bedlam in front. A little melee in front there. As the Bruins were trying to get the second goal. Zangfire Arnold coming out now. Zang to take the draw. And Steamboat able to break it out of the zone. Puck's played across. Centered out front. Puck's loose at the side of the net. Dug out there by Arnold. Arnold, using her speed, comes down the wing. Has her progress impeded there. Not a body check, but a good physical play there. McDonald steps up. 2-on-1 here for Steamboat. Shot.
looking high side, wide. Shot, that's blocked down by McDonald. McDonald digs it out now. McDonald, head pass up ahead. Arnold beaten with the puck on the forecheck there. McDonald tries to step up. Almost has a steal, comes out to center. Zhang up ahead to Arnold. Picked off there by Steamboat. And pulled back into the Steamboat zone. Steamboat looks to break it out now. They get Zhang on three, forced wide. Drives to the front of the net. Shot. That's off the post. Steamboat looking short side there. Bruins need to step up. Shot. Got to get sticks and shooting lanes now at this point. Back to the point. Steamboat works it down low. Centered out front. Puck's loose. Clear to the line. Not out. Better job getting a stick on that. And McDonald kicks it aside. Novodorski now. Novodorski plays it up ahead to Osborne. Osborne gets taken off the puck. Physicality starting to pick up now. McDonald picks that up. McDonald walks it in. McDonald shot. Might have whistled that wide. I couldn't tell if the goaltender got a piece of it or not. Steamboat's coming back the other way. Novodorski gets a skate on it to break it up. Dug out there. And Osborne picks it up, plays it ahead. Steamboat steals, plays it in deep. McDonald picks it up there. McDonald tries to work it back near side to Brewer. Brewer collides with a player there. Losowitz battles, able to get it out to center. In the skate of Gray. Gray and Losowitz are going to have to touch up. They do. Puck comes back to Jennings. Jennings tries to go right back to Gray. Gray walks it across the blue line. Losowitz in the slot. Losowitz shot. Gets a good shot out, but that's blocked down by the defense. Puck worked in the near corner there. Far side, not able to see down there. Jennings played back to the point. Shot there by Gosler. Saved by the goaltender. Rebound pops out. And now comes back out to center. Jennings will go back here to pick it up. Jennings plays there for Gray. Gray rips it all the way around for Gosler. Gosler pops her stick. Puck's turned over in the slot. Jennings will pick it up there. Jennings up ahead to the line. And out. Icing's waved off. Losowitz in on the forecheck. Losowitz with a steal shot. And a goal! Losowitz with the steal on the far end behind the net. Brings it out front. Bruins take a 2-0 lead. 10:08 here to go third period. Shots on goal now. 25-19. So Bruins working the forecheck. Losowitz steals it behind the net, walks it out front, beats the goaltender far side. Face off, won there by Steamboat, played into the zone. Jones goes back there to pick it up. Jones plays it around. Jones plays it up ahead to Tony. Tony, she's taken off the puck. Puck's loose in the slot. Shot blocked aside by Bozier. Tony picks it up now. Centered out front and rolls in on Bozier, and she will cover. 9.5 minutes here to go, third period. Tony to take the draw. Steamboat works it back to the line. Shot towards the net, steered aside by Bozier. Russell tied up with a player out front. And Zaworski plays it ahead. Steamboat works it out front. Shot saved by Bozier. And cleared by Zaworski. Big save there by Bozier. Steamboat with their top line out. They only have two lines. This is definitely the line that's going to put the pressure on. Stolen there by Berger. Berger gets her stick knocked out of her hand. And Steamboat's going to bring it back in. Picked off there. Got to get the pucks on his own, guys. Got to get the puck out. We have a chance. Brewer ties up with a player there. And Bruins are able to clear now. Arnold plays it ahead. 2-goal lead. We don't want to breathe any life in this Steamboat team. Got caught on a change there. Shot saved by Bozier. And Russell clears it aside. And Arnold able to clear it out to center. Steamboat's going to play it right back in. Russell will go behind the net there to pick it up. Russell up ahead. Bruins just able to get the clear. That's offsides. But we'll play on. Steamboat locks it up front. Shot wide. Got to step up and get a body on her, girls. Same does now. Forces it off her stick. Brewer picks it up there. And able to get it up and out. Zeng now. Steamboat pinching every chance they get. Zeng tries to center it. Take it off her stick. And work back up to the blue line. Held in there by Brewer. And played back into the Bruins zone. That'll go down for an icing. 7:04 here to go third period. Face-off will come back into the Steamboat zone. Brewer McDonald out there now. Osborne to take the draw. Back to the point. Brewer has it stolen there. Steamboat with another opportunity. Cuts across the face of McDonald. Shot and a goal. All right, I think we've got enough battery to make it now.
I think we have enough battery to make it now, so we'll switch back, flip back to the headset for this. Brought wide, forced wide by Jennings. Way to get a stick on that one. Osborne digs it out. Gosner picks it up there. Gosner up ahead to DeFelice. Battle along the boards. Dug out there by Steamboat. Steered aside by Bozier. Jennings works it up the near boards. And stolen there by Jennings. Jennings plays it out to center. It's off a Steamboat player's stick, so icing will be waved off. And brought back in by Steamboat. Picked off there by Wessel. Wessel. Steamboat tries to walk it out front. Picked off there now. Bruins pick it up there. Wessel. Looks to get it up ahead and out. Stolen there by Steamboat. They got to get onside, and they do. Drop pass there. Puck's loose in the slot. Players loose in front. And a save by Bozier. So 5:18 here to go. Rulison, McCormick, Losowitz, Brewer, and McDonald out there now. Losowitz to take the draw. Steamboat wins it. Shot. They sail it high and wide. Picked off there, Losowitz. Losowitz tries to chip it ahead to herself. Smart play there, though. Doesn't go for an icing. That's all the Bruins need to do at this point. And McDonald's pushed into the zone offside, so 4:55 here to go. Bruins just need to make Steamboat go 200 feet here. Simple plays in the zone now. You have a chance to get the puck out of the zone. Let's make sure we get it out. Soft chips off the boards. You know, if it's a clear chip, soft chip, and don't allow them to get the offensive zone face-off after the icing. Stolen there by McDonald. Berger picks it up now. Berger skates with it, goes across to Zaworski. Zaworski, shot, rebound, puck's still loose. And now the goaltender will cover. 4:38 here to go. Face-off will come in the Steamboat zone. Steamboat will send that top line off the ice. If the Bruins are going to get another one, be a good time to get one here. Played down low. Berger cuts it off, ties up with a player. Tony comes in to support. Zaworski slides out into the slot. Zaworski, puck was loose in the slot, but player did a good job tying her up. Zaworski battles along the boards there, absorbs contact, works it back to the point. Brewer, shot and a goal! Screen in front. I don't think the goaltender ever saw it because the goaltender did not react. Brewer. So Brewer with the goal from the point over the shoulder of the goaltender. Zeng to take the draw. Steamboat wins it. They bring it in the zone. They got their top line back out here. It looks like they split it up a little bit. McDonald bodies a player off the puck. Played up the boards. Fryer ties up with a player and played back down in behind the net. Brewer's going to win the race to that. Brewer up ahead to the line and out to center. Arnold. She's got Fryer with her. Arnold's got ahead of steam though. Shot. Saved by the goaltender. Fryer throws it in. Arnold shot. Saved by the goaltender. Arnold from a point blank spot in the slot. That's going to go all the way down and result in icing. So we're going to face off back in the Steamboat zone. Steamboat's going to bring that line back out with Booze and Smith. And Steamboat's going to call a timeout here with 3:23 to go. More than likely to try and get some, get a little extra breather for that top line, who I think you're probably going to see on the ice the last 3 minutes, 23 seconds of this game. So Steamboat will use their timeout, get that little extra time, a little extra breather for their top line, and we'll be back here in a minute for a face-off in the Steamboat zone. I always love that after a timeout, refs blow their whistle. Both benches look at the ref, go, I don't think you meant it. And you got to wait until they get a little more aggressive with the whistle. Jennings, Gosler out there now. Zeng, McCormick, Gray. Zeng to take the draw. Set up off the face-off. Nice setup there. Zeng wins it back. Gray steps in from that left wing spot. Slides in behind Zeng. Gets a shot on goal. Hits the goaltender in the chest, and we'll get a cover. Face-off that time, won by Steamboat. They work it around near far side. Held in there by McCormick. The longer you can make them expend energy in the defensive zone. Turnover in the slot. That goes off the stick of Zeng. And Steamboat will bring it back the other way. Steamboat enters the zone. Jennings slides it off the player's stick. Centered out front. Puck's loose. Dug out there. Up to the blue line. Not out. In the skates of Zeng. And this was going to be shoveled down for icing. So empty net here with 3 minutes to go. Gray tried to feather that one down on net. Misses just a bit outside. So we'll get a face-off in the Bruins zone. McDonald out there now and Brewer. Looks like Zeng, McCormick, Gray. Zeng to take the draw. And that's going to be played all the way down. Move the clock! There we go. Never moved. So Steamboat picks up a few extra seconds. Zeng to take the draw. Steamboat tries to work it out front. McDonald tries to break that up. Puck's loose in the slot. McCormick plays it to the corner. Hops around on her stick. McCormick now has it taken off her stick. Steamboat jams away at the side of the net. Picked up here near side by Brewer. Brewer played out to center. McCormick will forecheck. Played up ahead. McCormick almost gets a loose stick on that. Gray picks it up there. Gray ties it up along the boards. Zeng comes in to support. Zeng getting the business along the boards. Dug out by Gray. And Steamboat will have to work for it here with 1:50 to go. Played out to center. Stolen there by Brewer. Brewer, empty netter! Brewer gets her second with the empty netter. Made sure to get the red line, and your Bruins go up 4-1 here with 1:41 to go. Brewer, McDonald out there, Losowitz, Zaworski, and it looks like Rulison will come out. Losowitz take the draw, back to McDonald. McDonald tries to play it ahead to Rulison. Rulison gets dumped there. McDonald picks it up, plays it across to Zaworski. Stolen there by Steamboat. And played out to center by Brewer. Zaworski collides with a couple players there. Takes it off the stick. Minute 9 here to go. Steamboat tries to play it ahead. Jones plays it back into the Steamboat zone. Steamboat looks to try and break it out. They try and work it up the near boards. Out to center. Wessel picks it up there. Wessel gets the red line. Wessel bodied off the puck. Wessel behind the net. Looks out front. In the skates of Rulison. And puck comes out to center. Jones up ahead, stretch pass to Wessel. 16 to go. And comes stolen there by Steamboat. Breakaway here by Steamboat. Saved by Bozier. Centered out front, broken up by Jones. Puck's loose. And that'll do it. 4-1 win for your Bruins here. We'll be back in about an hour and a half